Imagine you need to have an important conversation with someone, a conversation that could completely change your life. But this person only speaks Mandarin, and you only speak English. So you start talking, you explain what you want, you repeat it, you speak louder, you gesture, you try every possible way, and the person in front of you just looks at you, confused, not understanding a single word, not because they don't want to help you, not because you're not trying hard enough, but because you literally don't speak the same language. Now replace that person with money, because that's exactly what's happening to you. You've been trying to talk to money this whole time, but you've been speaking the wrong language. And money? It's right there, listening to you, wanting to respond, but it can't understand what you're saying. Affirmations, visualizations, scripting, energy clearing, guided meditations, binaural frequencies. That ritual that promised miracles in 7 days. You tried everything, and nothing worked. Or rather, it worked for that person on YouTube with 2 million views. It worked for your friend who won't stop talking about manifestation. It worked for half the world, just not for you. And then you start thinking the problem is you, that you don't have enough faith, that your energy is blocked, that you have some childhood trauma preventing your abundance, that you simply weren't born to be rich. But what if I told you something completely different? What if the problem was never you? What if the problem is simply that you're trying to speak to money in a language that isn't yours? There's a famous concept in relationship psychology called the 5 love languages. It was created by therapist Gary Chapman and revolutionized how people understand connection. The idea is simple. Each person expresses and receives love differently. Some people through words of affirmation, others through acts of service, others through gifts, others through quality time, and others through physical touch. And when 2 people in a relationship speak different languages, chaos happens. One says, "I love you" 20 times a day. The other doesn't even notice because their language is action, not words. So they're fixing the house, making meals, taking care of things. But the first one feels nothing because they're waiting to hear words. They both love, but they're not communicating. And the relationship? It falls apart, not from lack of love, but from lack of translation. Now apply this to money. Money doesn't have just one language. Money has 5 languages, exactly like love. And you? You've been trying to manifest money in the language that works for other people. You saw someone get results with affirmations and tried it. Didn't work. Saw someone get results with visualization and tried it. Nothing. Saw someone manifest with physical rituals. Still nothing. And the problem isn't that these techniques don't work. The problem is they're not your language. It's like trying to receive love through words when your language is physical touch. It might be nice, but it doesn't fill you up. So while you keep trying to talk to money in Spanish but its language with you is Japanese, you'll never understand each other, and money will keep ignoring you. Not because it doesn't want to come, but because it literally doesn't understand what you're asking for. Today you're going to discover what your language with money is, and when you discover it, when you finally start speaking the right language, everything changes. Because manifestation isn't about trying harder, it's about trying in the right language. There are 5 languages that money speaks, and one of them is yours. You just didn't know it yet. Let's find out which one. The first language money speaks is words, and if this is your language, you probably already know. Because when you say something out loud, when you write, when you declare an intention, something inside you shifts. It's not imagination. It's real. People who have this language feel power in words. They love journaling, they love writing affirmations. And when they repeat a mantra, it doesn't feel empty. It feels true. It feels like something is being built in the quantum field with every syllable spoken. If you've ever tried saying, "I am wealthy" out loud and felt a chill, an emotion rising, a strange certainty that this is more than just sound. This is your language. Now, what most people don't understand is why this works for some people and feels completely useless for others. The answer lies in how your nervous system was programmed to respond to the world. Some people were conditioned from an early age to give deep meaning to words. Maybe you grew up in a family where conversations mattered, where words had weight, where someone saying "you can do it" changed your entire day. Or maybe you discovered, throughout life, that writing your thoughts made them real, that naming something gave you control over it. If this is you, your brain learned to create reality through language. And here's the science behind it. When you speak out loud, your brain waves change. Your nervous system responds to vocal vibration in a way that doesn't happen just by thinking. Quantum physics tells us that observation collapses possibilities into reality. And for you, words are your way of observing. You're not just talking pretty, you're collapsing the field. So how does someone with this language manifest money? First, through specific daily declarations, not generic ones. Not, "I want money," specific. "I received $10,000 this month in unexpected ways." The more precise, the more your nervous system understands what you're collapsing. Second, writing. Not just thinking, writing. Take paper and pen and write your affirmations as if they were facts. Because the physical act of writing activates different areas of the brain. You're creating a bridge between abstract thought and tangible reality. Third, record audios. This might sound strange, but it works absurdly well. Record a 3-minute audio talking about your abundant life in the present tense, as if it were already real, and listen to it every day. Your own voice has a frequency that your subconscious recognizes as ultimate authority. Fourth, name money. Yes, name it. Give it personality. This isn't crazy, it's quantum strategy. When you transform money into something you relate to, your brain stops treating it as an abstract concept and starts treating it as a real presence. Imagine for a second that you start talking to money every morning. "Good morning, abundance. Thank you for being here. Thank you for flowing to me today." Sounds silly? Maybe. But for those who have this language, it works because you're creating dialogue. And dialogue is relationship. And relationship is attraction. There was a woman who manifested $5,000 in 2 weeks just by declaring out loud every morning when she woke up. "Money loves me. Money seeks me out. Money comes to me with ease." She didn't do anything else. Didn't visualize, didn't create an altar, didn't work more hours, just spoke. And the money came through a tax refund she didn't even know she was entitled to. A freelance opportunity that appeared out of nowhere, and an unexpected gift from a relative. It wasn't magic. It was coherence. Because her language was words. And when she finally spoke in the right language, the universe understood. Now here's the mistake people with this language make. They start declaring, but deep down they don't believe. And then the words become empty. Words only work when they carry frequency. If you say, "I am abundant," but your body is tense, your breath is short, and you're mentally making a list of overdue bills, you're speaking the right language with the wrong accent. The key is to speak and feel at the same time. It doesn't need to be intense emotion, but it needs to be truth in the body. Even if it's a small truth, a little piece of certainty, you amplify that, you speak from that place. And here's another important thing. If you're hearing this and thinking, "This doesn't sound like me, I speak affirmations and feel nothing," don't force it, because this might not be your language. And that's okay. The problem isn't you. The problem is trying to manifest in a language that isn't yours. It's like trying to have a deep conversation in a language you don't speak. Technically, you can memorize phrases, but there's no soul. There's no connection. But if this resonates deeply with you, welcome to your language. Use it. Speak. Write. Declare. Name. Dialogue. And watch money finally hear you. But maybe words aren't your way of connecting with abundance. Maybe you need something more physical, more active, more tangible. Maybe you need to move. There's a type of person who can't manifest sitting down. This person needs to move, needs to do, needs to act. If you've ever tried meditating for 10 minutes and felt anxious, restless, like you were wasting precious time, this is your language, the language of action. You weren't made for passive practices. You don't collapse reality through silence, you collapse through movement. And here's what nobody tells you: this isn't a flaw. It's not lack of spiritual discipline. It's simply how your nervous system is programmed to collapse reality. Some people collapse through words. You collapse through action. Think about someone who loves a person through acts of service. That person doesn't tell you, "I love you," 20 times a day. They fix your faucet, make your favorite meal, wash your car. For them, love is a verb. Love is movement. It's exactly like that with money for you. You don't attract abundance by thinking about it. You attract abundance by preparing space for it. Physically. This means that when you clean your house, you're not just cleaning. You're sending a quantum signal. I'm ready. There's space here, come on in. When you organize your finances, even if it's just $10 in the account, you're telling the universe, I take care of what I have. I can take care of more. When you act like the version of you that already has the money, when you move through the world with that energy, the quantum field responds. Because here's the science. Movement activates your sympathetic nervous system, increases circulation, oxygenates the brain, releases dopamine. You literally change your biochemical state through action. And biochemical state is frequency. Frequency is signal. Signal attracts corresponding reality. So how do you manifest money in this language? Through daily microactions that prove to your body that you already are the abundant person. Imagine the rich version of you exists. How does she move? How does she take care of space? How does she present herself? Do that. Today. Now. It doesn't need to be big. It can be organizing the drawer that's been messy for months. It can be washing the car. It can be replacing old towels with new ones. It can be reorganizing the office. What matters isn't the action itself. What matters is the signal you're sending. There was this guy who was trying to manifest a big client for his business for months. He visualized, he affirmed, he meditated. Nothing happened. Until one day he decided to prepare the office as if the client were already coming. Bought a new chair for meetings, organized the presentation, printed contracts on quality paper. 3 days later, the client called. Coincidence? No, coherence. Because he finally spoke in his language. He stopped trying to manifest by thinking and started manifesting by doing, and his body understood. His nervous system relaxed. The doubt disappeared, because there was physical proof that this was real. If this is your language, you need tangible evidence. You need to touch, see, feel. Abstract thinking doesn't convince you. Concrete action convinces. So stop trying to meditate for an hour if it drives you crazy. Stop forcing visualizations if your mind won't stay quiet. You're not doing it wrong. You're just trying to manifest in a language that isn't yours. Your language is movement. Get up, walk, do, create, organize, prepare. And as you do this, watch how opportunities start appearing. Not because you earned it by working hard, but because you sent the right signal in the right language. There's an important thing here. Action without intention isn't manifestation. It's just work. The difference is in the awareness. When you clean the house, you're not just cleaning. You're opening energetic space. When you organize documents, you're not just organizing. You're declaring order in your financial reality. Every physical action is a ritual. Every movement is a declaration. You're saying, I'm the type of person who takes care, who prepares, who acts, and people like this attract abundance. And the universe, which responds to frequency, not words, feels this, and responds back. Now, if you're hearing this and thinking, I like action, but that's not what moves me, that's fine. There are other languages, and maybe the next one is yours. Maybe you don't need to speak or do. Maybe you need to celebrate. There are people who attract money through something that seems almost magical, the ability to celebrate what already exists. If you find a dime on the ground and smile as if you'd found $100, pay attention. If you get emotional when someone gives you something, even if it's small, if you feel real abundance when you receive a compliment, an unexpected gift, an opportunity that appeared out of nowhere, this is your language. the language of gratitude. And here's what makes this language so powerful. You don't need big manifestations to feel wealth. You feel wealth now, in the present, with what you already have. And that, quantumly speaking, is pure gold. Because the quantum field doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. And if you're someone who already feels abundant, the universe says, this person is in abundance frequency and delivers more of the same. It's like that story of the guy who always complains he doesn't have money. He could even receive $1,000, but he'll complain that he needed $2,000. The universe feels the frequency of scarcity and keeps delivering scarcity. Now, someone who celebrates the $10 they have as if it were $1,000, the universe feels abundance frequency and amplifies. But here's the point. It's not forced gratitude. It's not that be grateful for what you have and stop wanting more thing. That's spiritual manipulation disguised as wisdom. Real gratitude is when you genuinely feel abundance in the small things. When finding a parking spot makes you feel lucky. When paying a bill and still having money left over makes you feel prosperous. It's a skill. And if you have it naturally, this is your language. So how do you manifest money through this language? First, you celebrate everything related to money. Everything. Got your paycheck? Celebrate. Got a discount at the store? Celebrate. Found an old bill in your coat pocket? Celebrate as if it were a gift from the universe. Because it is. Second, you train your nervous system to receive. Because many people with this language have a problem. They love to give, but they're blocked when it comes to receiving. Someone offers to pay for your coffee? Accept it. Someone gives you a compliment? Receive it without deflecting. Someone wants to help you? Let them. Because every time you receive something, even if it's small, you're telling your body, it's safe to have abundance, it's safe to accept, it's safe to be prosperous. And your nervous system learns. It releases the resistance. It allows flow. Third, you make specific gratitude lists about money, not generic ones. Specific. I'm grateful I was able to pay the electric bill this month. I'm grateful I have money to buy quality food. I'm grateful I received that unexpected $20 refund. The more specific, the more your brain perceives evidence of abundance. And evidence creates certainty. Certainty creates frequency. Frequency attracts reality. There's an interesting story about this. A woman was completely broke. 3 months behind on rent, credit card maxed out, bank account in the red, and she decided to do an experiment. Every day, instead of focusing on what was missing, she would be grateful for every penny she managed to pay. Paid $5 toward a debt? She thanked as if she'd paid it all off. Managed to buy groceries with a discount coupon? She celebrated as if she'd won the lottery. It seemed crazy. It seemed like denial. But it wasn't. It was frequency reprogramming. In 2 months, her income doubled. Not because she worked more, but because opportunities started appearing. A freelance project here. An old client coming back there. An unexpected raise. What changed wasn't the external world, it was the signal she was sending. Now, here's the mistake people with this language make. They wait for the big manifestation to celebrate. They ignore the small signs because they want the big sign. And then the universe gets confused. Because it's sending evidence all the time, but you're not receiving it. So it stops sending. It's like asking someone to send you messages, but never responding. Eventually the person stops sending. The universe works the same way. Every coin you find is a message. Every unexpected discount is a message. Every small opportunity is a message. If you celebrate, the universe sends more. If you ignore it, the universe goes silent. So if this is your language, your only task is this: celebrate everything, receive everything, be grateful for everything, and watch how everything starts to grow. But maybe you're hearing this and thinking, I'm not that emotional about small things. And that's okay. Because maybe your language is something else. Maybe you need something more internal, deeper, quieter. There's a type of person who doesn't need to speak, doesn't need to move, doesn't need to celebrate anything externally. This person attracts money through something far more powerful: pure attention. If you can close your eyes and completely lose yourself in a visualization for 15-20 minutes, and when you open your eyes, you feel like it was real. This is your language. You don't manifest through external action, you manifest through internal presence. And this scares a lot of people, because we live in a world that values productivity, movement, visible results. But you create reality in silence. People with this language love meditation. They love deep visualization. They love altered states of consciousness. They can spend an entire hour just sitting and leave having done more quantum work than someone who spent the whole day acting. Because here's the truth: sustained attention is the most powerful observer that exists. Remember the double-slit experiment? When the observer is present, the particle collapses. When it's not, it remains a wave. You, with this language, are the most intense observer that exists. Your attention literally reorganizes the field. And money? Money responds to your mental presence like it's a gravitational force. So how does someone with this language manifest abundance? Through detailed visualization. And when I say detailed, I'm not talking about vaguely imagining you have money. I'm talking about creating scenarios so vivid that your body can't distinguish between imagination and reality. You see the bank statement with the exact numbers. You feel the texture of the credit card in your hand. You hear the sound of the notification on your phone saying the payment came through. You smell the coffee you're drinking while checking your abundant finances. 5 senses, all activated, all present. And you don't do this in a rush. You dedicate time, quality time. Because for you, 10 minutes of deep visualization are worth more than 100 rushed affirmations. Your nervous system responds to mental images the same way it responds to real experiences. Neurologically, there's no difference. When you visualize with this intensity, your brain releases the same neurotransmitters, activates the same areas, creates the same synaptic connections. You're not pretending you have money. You're literally training your body for the frequency of having money. There was a graphic designer who was trying to attract the ideal client for months. He networked. He sent proposals. He posted his portfolio online. Nothing worked, until he changed his strategy. Every day for 20 minutes, he closed his eyes and visualized the perfect project. He saw every detail: the brief, the colors, the client's approval, the deposit in the account. He spent quality time with that reality. He didn't force it. He didn't rush it. He was just present. In 3 weeks, a client he didn't even know found his portfolio and offered exactly the project he had visualized. Same characteristics, same budget, same vibe. Coincidence? No. Quantum alignment through sustained attention. Because here's the secret: the universe doesn't deliver what you ask for. The universe delivers what you consistently observe. And you, with this language, are a master of observation. But there's a problem people with this language face. The external world pressures them to do more. Society says staying quiet is a waste of time. That visualization is fantasy. That you need to work for real. And you start to doubt. You start forcing action that doesn't resonate. You start trying to manifest in other people's languages. And everything stops. Because you weren't made to manifest through frantic movement. You were made to manifest through laser focus. So stop blaming yourself for needing silence. Stop thinking you're wasting time when you meditate. Stop trying to be productive the way the world defines productivity. Your productivity happens in the invisible, and the invisible creates the visible. Another important thing: you can't do this in a hurry. If you try to visualize in 2 minutes while waiting for your coffee to brew, it won't work. Not because quick visualization doesn't work for anyone, but because it doesn't work for you. You need immersion. You need to enter the state. You need to lose track of time. When you come out of a visualization and realize 20 minutes passed but it felt like 5, you know you were in the right place. That's your quantum portal. And once you learn to enter it consistently, money is no longer something you try to attract. It's something that already exists in your internal reality. And the external? It just updates to match. But maybe this doesn't resonate with you. Maybe you're someone who needs something more tangible, more physical, more concrete in your hands. There are people who need to touch things to believe in them. If you're the type of person who holds a $100 bill in your hand and feels something shift in your body, welcome to the fifth language, the language of physical touch. You don't attract money just by thinking about it. You don't attract it just by talking about it. You attract it when you touch, when you hold, when you create something tangible that your senses can recognize. For you, too abstract doesn't stick. Theory doesn't stick. Just visualize doesn't stick. You need physical proof. You need concrete ritual. You need to feel the energy through your fingers, your skin, your entire body. And this isn't superficiality. It's how your nervous system was programmed to process reality. Some people process through words, others through mental images. You process through direct sensory stimulation. That's why when you hold real money in your hands, something happens. It's not just paper, it's frequency. It's energetic information entering your field through touch. And your body wakes up. Your nervous system registers. This is real. This exists. I can have this. So, how do you manifest abundance in this language? Through objects, through physical symbols, through rituals that involve your senses. First, you create an abundance altar. And before you think this is too complicated or too esoteric, it's not. It can be a drawer. It can be a box. It can be a corner of your desk. What matters is that you place objects there that represent wealth to you. A high-value bill you won't spend. Golden coins. A stone that makes you feel prosperous. A photo of something you want to manifest. And every day you touch these objects. Consciously. With intention. It's not superstition. It's quantum anchoring. Because every time you touch that bill, your brain activates the same neural areas as when you actually have money. You're creating a neural pathway. You're training your body for the frequency of abundance through physical repetition. Second, you use your own body as a tool. Mudras, for example. Specific hand positions that create energetic circuits. Sound strange? Maybe. But it works because your body is an antenna. And when you position your hands in a specific way, you're literally changing the electrical flow in your nervous system. Try this. Bring the tips of your thumb and index finger together. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Feel the energy circulating. This isn't placebo. This is biophysics. Third, you do physical release rituals. Write what you want to let go of on paper and burn it. Throw coins in a fountain. Bury something that represents the old pattern. The physical act of destroying or releasing something creates a quantum collapse. You're telling the universe through tangible action, this is over. I'm ready for the new. And your body, which doesn't understand abstract metaphors, perfectly understands the physical symbol. There was a man who was stuck in a scarcity cycle for years. He made money, but something always came up that took it all away. It was like he couldn't hold on to abundance. Until he did something simple. He took a $100 bill, put it in his wallet, and decided he would never spend that specific bill. It was untouchable. Every day he took out his wallet and touched that bill, felt the texture, looked at the number, thanked it for being there. In 3 months, he got a promotion with a $20,000 a year raise. Magic? No. He created a physical anchor. Every time he touched that bill, his nervous system received the message, I can have money and it can stay with me. The bill wasn't a lucky charm. It was a symbol. It was physical language his body understood. Because here's the truth about this language. You don't trust the invisible. You need to see, touch, feel. And there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is, when they try to convince you that you should manifest just with your mind, that you should be more spiritual, that depending on objects is less evolved, lie. You're not less evolved. You just speak a different language. And in this language, the physical is a portal to the quantum. So stop apologizing for needing rituals. Stop feeling guilty about using crystals, candles, coins, symbols. Stop thinking this is less serious than pure meditation. Does it work for you? Then use it. The universe doesn't judge method. The universe responds to coherence. And when you use the right language, coherence is automatic. Now, one important thing. The object itself doesn't have power. The power is in you. The object is just a translator. It's like using headphones to listen to music. The headphones don't create the music. They just make it audible. The physical object doesn't create abundance. It just makes it tangible for your nervous system. So use it consciously. Choose objects that truly resonate. Touch them with intention. Create rituals that make sense to you, and watch how your body finally relaxes, finally believes, finally allows. Because when you speak in the right language, there's no more resistance, there's only flow. And now that you've met all 5 languages, it's time to discover which one is yours. So now you know. Words, action, gratitude, presence, touch. 5 languages, and one of them is yours. The question that matters now isn't which technique works better. The question is, which of these languages makes your body relax when you use it? Because that's how you recognize it, not through logic, through relief. When you finally speak in the right language, something inside you releases. The resistance disappears. The doubt silences. And for the first time, manifesting doesn't feel like forced work. It feels like fluid conversation. So tonight, before you sleep, do this test. Think about the moments in your life where money appeared, where opportunities arose, where things simply flowed. What were you doing? Were you declaring something? Were you in movement? Were you celebrating small victories? Were you lost in deep visualization? Were you touching something physical? That's your clue. And when you discover it, don't try to force the other languages. Don't try to be complete. Don't try to master all 5. Speak yours, fluently, confidently, every single day, and watch money finally respond to you. Now tell me, which of these 5 languages resonated most with you? Go to the comments and write it down. I am words. I am action. I am gratitude. I am presence. I am touch. I want to know. Because when you declare it publicly, you anchor it. And when you anchor it, you activate it. And if this video finally made you understand why those techniques weren't working, if you felt that click of, that's it, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Because we're redefining manifestation here. One personalized truth at a time. And since we're talking about languages and communication, there's something you need to understand. Sometimes the universe is already responding to you, but you're not noticing the signs. Synchronicities, repeating numbers, opportunities that appear out of nowhere, casual conversations that change everything. This isn't coincidence. It's the universe talking back to you. And there's a video here on the channel that explains exactly how to recognize these signs, how to know money is already on its way, how to read the messages the quantum field is sending you. If you want to learn the language of financial synchronicities, the next video shows you. Click right there and continue this journey. See you there.